That sounds fun. Hey, buddy. I hope you. Oh, hey, Sam. I hope you're doing good. God bless you too. Trey P saying, "What up, bro? How you been doing? Your fitness videos fire." Hey, thank you. I'm doing good. We're just hanging out, checking what's up. Right now, I'm adding the chat on the screen. So I wanted the chat to come up on the screen. Hang on. There we go. But yeah, just no plans, just browsing, see what we can get into. Keep bringing that to. Thank you so much. There's a video that I'm uploading right now, too. Hey, Porch Swing Tunes. I hope you're doing good. Good to see you. Awesome. It's uploading right now. I wonder if it already uploaded though. But I'm not sure what we're gonna check out online. Like I have no plans for tonight. Wait. So actually, yes, it popped up. I'm super happy. All right, guys. So there's this guy, dude. This one, right here. Whose screen name is so guys. You can tell this guy is an actual gang stalking target. So his screen name is The Truth, and he's new, but he is right on the money with what he's saying. So like this guy is like, this guy is saying truth. Like you can tell. Watch, he's making content every day, and I'm not sure about what his story is, but we're gonna check it out from the beginning, and then we're gonna just give our input. But he sounds totally and absolutely legit, guys.
Where a group of gang stalkers got to. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to The Truth. Today we're going to talk about gang stalking.
He looks like he's been going through it. Look at his eyes. Oh, I've seen that video, but I didn't finish it. No, it's like he looks. Look at him. He looks like he's gone through some shizzle. But you can totally see it. You know what I mean?
So I was previously gang stalked, but it was only in socially,
Huh.
and at the time I didn't know what gang stalking was. I just thought it was some kind of advanced bullying that I didn't really understand.
It's exactly that.
And
Advanced
so what
bullying.
happened was I ended up stopped going out socially,
Same. Hello.
which for a short while worked. Although I was still being gang stalked or bullied, what I thought was bullying, in my barbers,
It is
in
bullying.
certain situations.
Gang stalking is totally
where I
bullying.
just never really noticed it. But one thing I can say for sure is 6-7 weeks ago, I started being gang stalked completely, totally everywhere. From the minute I leave my house, the minute I come home, at my lunch break, on my commute, when I'm going around the store buying groceries, I'm followed around the store.
So he began seeing it. So he's actually like, that means that the conditioning has been successful. That means that he's connected. Once you start seeing gang stalking everywhere, that means that the conditioning has done its effect. This guy has been notice that he began like being bullied, and then all of a sudden he's getting gang stalked everywhere. That is being connected, guys. When you start seeing gang stalking everywhere, that means that you are already connected. That's connection. Connection is seeing gang stalking everywhere you go, which is freaking awful. It's crazy.
Cars pulling up, blacked out SUVs, black rims, completely blacked out windows, trucks, a lot of white cars with blacked out windows, black rims.
He's probably been reading a lot of stuff about gang stalking. That's why he's like recognizing the black cars. Like, honestly, I didn't really see like the black cars and stuff until I began reading a lot of it on Reddit.
Red cars is a big one as well. In sunlight, I can see maybe one day I saw over 100 cars with their headlights on. Half of them
Like, he's being sensitized to the headlights. That's why he's seeing it.
coming home from work, and then the other half going to work. Headlights in the sun seem to be a big one as well. I think they started noticing that so I've started to record them. So the more attention you give to gang stalking, the more you react to it, the more they seem to do it, if that makes sense. So on the commute, like, they'll be standing over me, videoing me, talking about me indirectly, quite personal things that they couldn't possibly know. I don't even know how they know them. They know where I shop. They know. Yeah, it's crazy. There's actually one in my work as well, in another department. Yeah, it's crazy. What's even more crazy is that we seem to be living in a world where there's a group of people that don't actually believe in gang stalking, and it just blows my mind. Like, what we all know that when kids are young, a group of kids gang together to pick on one kid, to bully one kid.
It's insane.
And then when they get older, they turn into bullies. That becomes bullying.
Sounds about right.
So right now I'm viewing it as gang stalking is just an extension of that. You know, the bullies, they don't evolve, they don't progress.
They don't.
Some of them do go on to become very successful.
Mm-hmm.
There's still a lot of bullies that
They stay bullies.
their character doesn't evolve, they just go on to become more cunning, more sly.
Yeah, for real.
And that's what gang stalking is. It's just a group of bullies that never grew up, and they feel the need to pick on people. It's actually quite disgusting that there's people out there that gaslight people into pretending that this doesn't exist and pretending that this is some kind of delusion. I think there's an article on Wikipedia where a group of gang stalkers got together and made a fake test or it was two real people doing a test, but a group of gang stalkers infiltrated it, and then to discredit it, because that's the whole purpose of gang stalking, is to discredit the individual, to make them look crazy, to get them to react. So
Yeah.
they can be incarcerated, sent to the psych ward, lose their job, lose their home, lose their finance, their looks, their body. These people have no limits. You have to understand is that a lot of them are psychopaths, are narcissists.
So a group of some young black folks that don't mess with me started my gang stalking, and I was waiting on the bus one day, and they got out and sprayed me with water guns. Oh man, I'm so sorry that happened to you, Trey. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's part of gang stalking, dude, and it's freaking awful. I'm so sorry that
Just a
happened to
game
you.
them, you know.
We
There's a lot
literally
of
are games to
misinformation
them,
there
dude.
that is put there by them, especially on Reddit and Wikipedia. Um,
I'm sorry, Trey.
it's just insane that we live in a world where there's a group of people that think or run this false narrative because they're gang stalkers. That doesn't exist. It's insane. You have to understand that it's very real, and it's just an extension of adult bullying. It's just an adult version of bullying.
Props to him because he's actually doing something about it. Like he's making his YouTube channel with his face on it. That's admirable, because that takes a lot of testicles to do.
Um,
Like a lot.
they kind of seem to want to destroy your life in an all-encompassing way. Like in my sleep, they're turning up late at night. There's mopeds constantly going past my window, SUVs, blacked out SUVs coming around, putting their car alarm on, letting it go for the full 15, 20 minutes. Huge guys just standing over me with their phones, pretending to film me. Strangest things. A lot
Yeah,
of
they
these
do the
gang
thing with the
stalkers
phone. It's
as well.
crazy. It's so
They
crazy.
use them in the gang stalking. They mimic you. Let's say they do their headlights in the sun at you when you're arriving home or leaving home. Or they'll just sit in the car watching you with their engine on. Some of them seem to want the attention. They are very, very twisted.
So Trey says, yeah, it's insane, and I'm glad I found your channel because you're real informative on the subject, and you can. Thank you. I'm so glad the channel has helped you. And that's literally like right now. Like, the information on the channel is literally everything that you need to know about gang stalking. It's every single aspect of gang stalking is there. It really is there, and and the one thing that actually cut off most of the gang stalking for me is have a zero tolerance for disrespect. Any type of disrespect, any type of gang stalking related disrespect, like mocking you with a cell phone or whatever, like stay away from those people. Like, see all those people as your enemies. And the thing is that the fact that there are so many people involved in gang stalking, it's such an impossibility, so you doubt what you're experiencing because there's so many people. But gang stalking, it feels like it's like more than half of the people that you know. Like, these people are going to be actively looking out for you. So like the people that you actually come across, most of them are going to be gang stalkers, which is the craziest thing. But when someone does anything about gang, when you are disrespected in any way, shape, or form, such as someone tells you, hey, let's go out, and then they don't call you, or when someone tells you, hey, I'll be there in 20 minutes, and they're not there in 20 minutes, take that as a form of disrespect. Whenever someone harasses you in any way, shape, or form, take that as a form of disrespect and stay away from those people. And never talk to them again. Because if you let them again, they're going to disrespect you once more. Like, you have to close the opportunity for them to disrespect you. And the more people that you close that opportunity to, the less possibility that they're going to have to harass you. Like, that's the best thing.
Cunning people, that's what they are. They seem to want you to engage in self-destructive behaviours.
I don't know if I'm tripping, but they always come by me wearing red. You know, don't whatever color they wear, don't pay attention to it because the color is not important. Because they're gonna wear things and then maybe it was on purpose, maybe it wasn't, but what are you gonna get out of it? Like knowing the fact that they're wearing the color red to mess you up, what are you gonna what is that gonna be? Knowing that, how is that gonna benefit you? So just tell yourself, who cares what color they're wearing? It doesn't matter. And then just focus on what you're doing. Stop focusing on them. Stop focusing on what color they're wearing. On are their headlights on? Like that's not important. Stop focusing on that. That's gonna only make your situation worse. Like I know that you're gonna have a lot of observations, but those observations are only gonna dig you deeper. They're not gonna help you.
To want you to react, to want your attention negatively, so that they know things about you because they have your file on you or something, or been watching you and following you. So they talk about, oh, there's a moped going by.
But for real, and you know, I lived that. I lived that. Like I remember that for a while. I used to wear a blue hat, and I literally was, and I saw people wearing like the same color hat, and I was like, that's a gang stalker. That's a gang stalker. But the only thing that made me do is kept me thinking about gang stalking. It literally kept me thinking about gang stalking. There was a time where I believed that everyone was wearing white and everyone was wearing red, but there are times where people are gonna be like coordinated in the color. But notice that you're probably the only person noticing, and those observations are not gonna help you. Like with gang stalking, the more you think about gang stalking, the worse it's gonna be for you. So who cares about what color they're wearing? Don't pay attention. You know, listen to some music instead. You know, sing along something. You know, and what they do is not important unless it hurts you physically. Unless they're sabotaging your stuff, then yeah, be upset and say something about it. But if you're getting targeted, the color that they wear, like that is gonna create a bigger of a paranoia. Like they tried to sensitize me to VIN numbers. They tried to sensitize me to the headlights, to people with red hair. Like that actually happened. They actually tried to convince me that every person with red hair was a gang stalker. You know, and it worked for like 5 seconds, but I forced my mind to snap out of it. Um, the things that you feel that are part of gang stalking is because they sensitize you. So probably for a while what happened, probably people were harassing you wearing red so that you would notice and so that you would make the connection. Oh, gang stalkers typically are wearing red. So whenever you see like a red color, you feel like they're a gang stalker. You know, whenever you see someone wearing red, whenever you see a stoplight, you feel that it's part of that. Gang stalkers are somehow messing the freaking the stoplights from the freaking from the stop signal. Red hair is another one, but I've been yeah. So don't pay attention to it, and with time you're gonna snap out of it. Like don't pay attention to any of those things because like whenever you see like a trigger, like you see someone wearing like a red shirt. Before, if you would used to think about gang stalking, just like instead of thinking about gang stalking, imagine yourself making money, or imagine yourself like being really hot or working out. But you actively have to push yourself out of that narrative. And the way that you think about that, you have to think your way out of gang stalking. You have to desensitize yourself to those things. And the best way is to flash an image of something really beautiful whenever something triggers you. Like whenever you see a gang stalker that says like a code word, you just think, "Oh, I'm so hot," you know, or "Oh, I'm such a hard worker," or just think about it. Keep your mind thinking with things that you love, with projects. But you want to be thinking you want to be thinking of gang stalking as less as possible. That is what is gonna actively keep you out of it.
Yeah, it's all to get you to react, to act out, so then they can discredit you. Also, you can be locked up in any kind of way.
And you know, and when you're saying react, like, you know, reacting to gang stalking is not bad. Like, you know, the ways to react to be like, ew, weirdo. That's a reaction. That's a reaction. Just be like, ew, you know, and just like, ew, don't talk to me, stay away from me. That's a reaction. That's the way to react to gang stalkers. Like, ew, freaking weirdo, don't talk to me. That is the best reaction that you can have to gang stalkers because gang stalkers are being weirdos. And the more and the louder you point that out, the better. Be like if someone would be harassing me like on the street, I would literally just be like, "Ew, fucking weirdo," and then just but I would say it really loud and then just like turn around. That's a reaction, and that's gonna discourage them from messing with you.
Will get you to destroy your own life. And I think the ultimate goal of gang stalking is to get you to unalive yourself.
And the truth is that gang stalking, pretty much the goal, like no one knows exactly what the goal is. If it's to make you like unalive yourself, but it's to destroy you. It really is. It's for you to have nothing.
It's very sick and very twisted. What's even more twisted is that then they then go on social media to gaslight people, and I believe some of these people are actually NPCs who generally think that it's some kind of delusion, which is just insane. It's close-minded, naive, evil.
But gang stalkers are literally normal people that hate you. That's it. That's all gang stalkers are. They're normal people that hate you. They have their own lives and do their own things, but they just have an unrelentless hate for you for being yourself.
All know we all live in a terrible world. There are some very evil people out there. When I say out there, I mean, I spoke about this in the other video, but there are bad people everywhere these days.
For real.
So, yeah, gang stalking is just an adult form of bullying, just an advanced level of bullying. That's all it is. Yeah, I'm going to do a few more videos about gang stalking, but unfortunately it's very, very real. It's very sad because I know a lot of people go on to destroy their own lives or to unalive themselves, which is what they want. They become locked up, which is what the NPCs want as well, because they're so evil and close-minded. But yeah, it's just adult bullying, that's all it is. A bunch of very cunning, very pathetic and very sly and evil people. I'll be doing a few more videos about gang stalking actually, because it's very twisted and interesting. So much they follow and are out to get you, target you, I can also observe them as well, as much as I can. Yeah, that's what's going on. Today I had a letter in the post about they'd signed me up for an account. I didn't. They opened an account in my name, or it was a fake letter, I don't know. And actually the email address they put down was an email I hadn't used in 3 years that doesn't even exist. So they're clearly running off an old file of me or an old resume of mine or something. But yeah, these people have no boundaries. They are absolutely crazy. They're bad. They're very bad. Yeah. If you think that gang stalking is fake or you think it's some kind of illusion, you are part of the problem. You are evil. You are delusional.
At least he said it.
Minded or naive. You need to wake up. Like, you seriously need to wake up. This is a terrible world with some terrible people, and it's just adult bullying. That's all it is. You know. Anyway, subscribe. Don't subscribe. Nothing in this world matters.
Oh my god. Ah. Damn, that's some type of like crazy stuff. Like, to say nothing in the world matters, like that's kind of hard. That's heavy. So, what do we have here?
Welcome back to the channel. Well,
so Reddit has people that are paranoid of the subject. I had to stop seeking. Yeah, so Reddit is one of the worst places to find information about gang stalking. It is loaded with gang stalkers there. There's so much misinformation. All the information that I got, all the misinformation that I got was actually from Reddit. Like, most of it. It was crazy. Okay, so we're gonna have a palate cleanser. Okay? Chibidoki is gonna be our palate cleanser.
You worked hard to cross that.
So a little bit of laughter, and then we're gonna see another video.
Necesito las llaves de mi carro. Wait, mi carro.
Carne.
Carne. What does asada mean? Carne asada. What does asada mean? Carne is meat. Asada does not mean food. Carne asada. Oh, fried, like really cooked meat? Oh! Like grilled, roasted, cooked. Okay, grilled meat. Got it. Carne asada, so it's grilled meat.
She's so adorable.
Oh, yummy! Me gusta carne asada. Tacos. Tacos carne asada. Me gusta birria tacos. Birria tacos. Ay, qué bueno. Ay, qué bueno. Me gusta elote, horchata, and carne asada tacos and birria tacos. Me gusta mucho. Elote and ay, qué bueno. Esquites. Me gusta esquites mucho. Uno or una.
That sounds so good. I had an esquite yesterday.
Café sin what is it? Azúcar. Ay, cabrón. Lo siento. Disculpe. Perdón. Perdón. Ay, cabrón. Naranja caprizona. Café sin azúcar. Vámonos. Oh. Sin
Who
tomate.
or what do you think started your gang
favor.
stalking?
Sin tomate, por favor. No me gusta tomate. Sin tomate en la...
You know, I don't know. I honestly have no idea. But I feel that my gang stalking started like it started since I was very young, you know. But it literally just like built up to a climax where I actually began seeing the gang stalkers, and then I just like, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I honestly don't know. I honestly have no freaking clue.
tomate. Puto. No me gusta.
Okay, so that was enough. Let's see. But I honestly have no idea who started my gang stalking.
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to The Truth. Today we're going to talk about just a little gang stalking interview story from today. So for the past year I've been working as a temp, and so today I went to the interview for my own role but as a permanent member of staff. And so began my day like normal. I woke up as soon as I switched on these lights. The SUVs outside. So just briefly clarify right now, time recording this video, there's a blacked out black SUV right here.
Like he's already been made
Blacked out black
paranoid.
rims, black, and then across the road there's another one exactly the same, and then on this side there's a white car, blacked out, completely blacked out windows, black rims, and then on the other side another white car, a white Mini with blacked out windows and black rims.
He's already paranoid.
So yeah, they're quite serious. But anyway, so I woke up, turned my light on.
So notice that he's like paying attention to the cars. However, like when you're targeted and you read all these stories about the white cars, about the black cars, about the license plates, you start looking for evidence. Like your mind on its own starts looking for evidence of gang stalking. Like it's something that once you are harassed for enough, you start seeing it. Like you can, like, that's how the trauma manifests. Is where that's just how it manifests.
1 seconds later, the car outside just been watching me, just starts revving and curb crawling, I think is the term.
What's curb calling? Let's see. I don't know what curb calling is. Curb crawling is the art of driving slowly down residential streets in search of discarded furniture. Oh, so they're just driving slow, like around the street. Okay.
where they just grind the wheel against the car, whatever, just to let them know that they're watching me and they know that I'm now awake, blah blah, whatever. Anyway, so I continue my day. I go out, the usual, leave for work, but this, I'm not dressed like I am now. I'm dressed, ready to go to an interview to go get this job that I've been doing for this past year and go get it permanently. So I'm like dressed up in a shirt, looking fly, looking sharp, whatever. Female gang stalkers is they're always watching. So clearly they know something's going on because I'm not dressed in my usual like relaxed attire, whatever. T-shirt, hoodie. So, and also there is also a gang stalker at work in another department. So they know that my job is has been advertised at some point recently. So I get on the commute, I get on the subway, I go and sit where I always sit, like away from everyone. I pass like 30 cars with their headlights on in the sunlight.
So notice
That's just
that.
the norm. So I go.
So one of the things that he's seeing is that he's talking about the headlights during the day, but notice that right now, like the gang stalking on him has been so insane that his logic is blocked. He hasn't come to the realization that there are people that have the headlights on because it provides better visibility. There are people that literally leave their headlights on the whole time because you're gonna see it if someone is behind you. It's hard to miss, you know, especially if you're like driving like behind a huge truck or something. There's day running lights, and when you're targeted, like there's people that harass you with the headlights for so long that you start believing that every part with the headlights on is part of the gang stalking operation. Gang stalking literally blocks your sense of logic, and it takes you away at the ability to think logically.
Where I normally sit, like away from everyone else in the corner. They've dumped a bunch of glue there. Anyway, I don't really care. It stinks of glue. And then two gang stalkers get on, and as usual, they go to the end where I am and stand over me.
Oh,
Girl, I think it was like a woman, it was a woman and a man, and they start talking about me indirectly.
huh.
So they know that something is happening. They know that I'm on my way to an interview,
So
and they don't hold back. They go in. They rip into me, guys. They don't rip into me, but because gang talking is so indirect, they start talking about me. They start talking about where I worked previously, the exact location. They then start talking about. So I'm dressed up, right? They then start talking about dressing up. They then, but bear in mind, I don't. I'm
So he said that he was sitting where there was nobody, and all of a sudden these two people go and stand right above him and start talking. Well, this is undeniable.
there trying to do like a last minute revision for the interview.
And you know the thing is that this happens so much that whenever you're walking around and someone says something, your mind automatically starts making the assumption that whoever is around you is talking about you. Like people talk about you indirectly for so long that you start assuming that everyone around you is talking about you, even when the conversation could have possibly have nothing to do with you. You start making that assumption automatically. Like you are conditioned to have that belief.
Bear in mind, I didn't need to do this. It was just like a last minute revision on the commute, right? So I'm there, and obviously they gang stalkers, we all know they say stuff specific exactly to you, to your situation, personal to you, so you'll hear it. And they talk so loudly.
This happened to me one time where actually this used to happen. This happened like 2 times where I was walking, and then let's assume that I had like $700 in my bank account, and someone would walk and then out of the blue just blurt out $700, just like out of the blue, just like that. And the thing is that a lot of times gang stalkers were like right on the money. You know, they were right on the money. They were actually right on the money one time, and another time they were off. But it just felt like it just makes you feel like they know. I felt like for one time that they knew exactly how much I had in my bank account. It just felt like that. However, they were just throwing numbers because of this. The second time that they tried to guess, they were completely off.
my Apple AirPod Pro headphones with the noise cancelling on, well, you know, I don't know if you know how loud that is, but that's very, very, it's like state-of-the-art noise cancelling. And they're standing over me talking so loudly about you, it's insane. So they were talking about the place the location where I previously worked, and then started talking about dressing up. I was dressed up. And they started talking about property, which is what I work in. They started talking about lifts, which is what, there's a literal lift board behind where I work. So it's all to just make you feel bad about yourself and everything like that. And they started talking about interviews.
Oh,
Didn't they?
that's crazy.
So I'm sitting there, I don't even bother looking up because I don't want to give them the attention. But yeah, these people, they just.
If you're a targeted individual and you are under a similar circumstance, what you should do is that you should simply just get up and move to another seat. Like, that's exactly what you should do, because you're obviously being harassed indirectly by these people. So you should just get up and move somewhere else and sit next to someone where it's just weird, or like that would be the best thing to do if you're in that situation, is to simply move away from those people, because that's freaking weird. For real.
They're trying to prod you, always. It's just prod.
And these situations happen so much that, like, whenever you are shopping and you feel that a person is exactly where you're standing, like if you're gonna shop a particular product, you feel that the person there was a gang stalker and they're there purposely because they know that you shop there, and they know that that's exactly what you're gonna buy. Like, that's exactly how it feels. So notice that most of this harassment is only effective if you are paying attention to it. So if there's people like being around you like that, you should simply just go stand in another direction. And then if you're like, if they follow you, then just tell them, hey, I came back here because I wanted to enjoy my music, because you guys were speaking too loud, and now you guys are coming here to where I'm standing. What the hell are you guys following me? And you have to say that really loud, and that way it's gonna discourage them, because when you say louder, you're actually gonna make it obvious to everyone around them that they're the ones acting really, really off-putting. So you have to start off like with what I know now. If I was in that situation, I would simply just stand up and go sit somewhere else. And if they would go and keep having the conversation where I was sitting, I would simply go like, excuse me, I literally moved from that seat because you guys were being hella loud and I'm trying to listen to my music. You guys were talking really loud, and now that I moved, you guys are moving from that direction, from this direction. Stop being weirdos and stop following me. And that's how you deal with that situation. But you actually have to say something. You have to react, but you have to know how to react. You have to react in the best form. And the thing is that everyone tells you, don't react. But if you don't react, everyone tells you don't react, but the thing is that you have to react, but you have to react in the way that paints you as a normal person, and it paints them as weird freaks.
That they have removed, any information that they share with one another is used,
because if they cannot stand, if they cannot stand where and have their weird conversation about you indirectly, once that happens, they cannot keep harassing you. So they're harassing you because you're listening to what they're saying. So if you move away and you make a big deal out of what they're doing, then guess what? They cannot harass you because you're not giving them an opportunity.
So they just talk crap to each other over you, literally over you, standing over you. You're also sitting down, and they're like talking so loudly, indirectly about
like
you.
That's uncomfortable. That's super uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And it's like the whole idea is for him to be uncomfortable. So what do? You get yourself out of that situation. And the only reason that I can tell you this is because I've lived many experiences like that, and I'm speaking from experience. Actually, I'm I'm gonna tag him on this reaction. What's his thing? It's at the truth awake. Hang on. So
Welcome back to the channel.
I'm gonna hang on. I have to tag him in the live. Before I forget, because once I put this on, I'm not even gonna. Hang on. Reaction and tips from a fellow TI. I hope he sees this.
Go get this job that I've been doing for this past year. It stinks of glue. So they were talking about the place where the location where I previously worked. And then started talking about dressing up. I was dressed up. Needed it. I mean, these gang stalkers, this is what it tells me, that these gang stalkers, they want to distract me, or they want to distract you.
Yeah.
They don't want you to progress.
Exactly.
They know I'm going there all dressed up, you know. I'm going there to get that job, get my job. But
They want you to
my
focus on them.
permanent job. Sign a permanent contract. They know that. Like, they know I'm not going to play around. So, one little thing on the way to an interview, what do they think is going to happen? I'm just going to suddenly break down and be like, oh. I mean, yeah, for sure, they distracted me. That part worked, but no, like, they just. It's so strange.
It is.
I don't know, like, if NPCs watch this, I hope they don't, because this channel isn't for NPCs, we all know this. They just, anything, any information that's accurate or a little bit accurate or half truth or whatever, they all jump on it. They don't seem to want me or you to progress.
That's true. They want you to lose everything.
Like, they don't quit. Like, the fact that it's now 12 hours later.
They won't ever quit.
I don't know what time it is. And they've got new cars outside, and the headlights were there on the way home, and there was a guy
You have to
following
stop
me on the way
focusing on
home,
that.
and when I arrived home, the gang stalking barbers, because they live near me, they started their drilling, their fake drilling, and their banging at 6 p.m.
So the thing about drilling and banging is that, like, if, for example, if someone is drilling and banging, and you're at your home, oh, I actually have a couple of recommendations. So if you feel like it's fake drilling and banging, like if it's a public area, like go and look out, like go to where you hear the drilling and banging, and see if there's actually being worked on. Like, just go and see, because when you're getting targeted, it feels that people have been doing things to mess with you for so long that anything that makes you uncomfortable, you feel that it's purposeful. Like, it just feels like it. But if you go out there and you see if there is actually some construction going on, and you see with your own eyes that there's construction, you're gonna help your perceptions return back to normality. There's times where I remember that I was driving at like 3 in the morning, and I remember that there were like cones outside, there were cars with the headlights on, and I felt that all of those were because of me. I felt that all of that was to harass me. However, the thing is that the only reason that feels like harassment is because of the previous experiences. It's PTSD. It's literally PTSD. So like, whenever someone is drilling, you feel that it's because of you, because people have messed with you for so long purposefully. So you take it personal. It feels like it's towards you. So if you go out there and check it out in person and see the construction site, and you see that they're actually doing construction work, then you can actually restore your perceptions back to normalcy and be like, oh no, it wasn't they're actually doing it on purpose. It is because that there is actually some work happening. I have actually had my neighbors literally just like be like out there when I was working out, and they would literally just be turning on a freaking drill for no apparent reason, and then they would stop, and then they would be like, shut up, and then they would like stop. It hasn't happened in a really, really, really long time. In like 4 months, it hasn't happened, but it used to happen in the beginning. But now it's completely and absolutely and utterly gone. Like, they haven't messed with me in any way, single shape or form, like, at all. So additionally, the fact that you keep paying attention to the headlights, like, whenever you see something that reminds you of gang stalking, all you have to do is simply just be like, think of an affirmation, or think of something that benefits you, because gang stalking only works if you keep thinking about it. So when you are feeling like trapped, like they're like you said, like he said that there were the cars by him, the fact that he's like thinking about the cars being there is making his situation worse. So what you have to do is like, what are the cars they're gonna do? Like, he's inside his house, he's just hanging out. There's nothing that they're gonna do aside from being there. So what? Let them hang out there. As long as you keep your mind busy on a video game or on something that is actually gonna make you happy. Maybe perhaps practice. Maybe call the place where he just interviewed to find out if you got the job or not, or keep looking for other jobs. But he has to keep his mind busy with things that are going to help him move forward. So gang stalking stops your progress in life by distracting you from your life, and you're distracted with gang stalking. That's what happens. That's exactly what it does. For 7 years, I stopped growing. Because I stopped focusing on my life, and I only kept my focus on gang stalking. And that's what happened. And he's so young, so he should be focusing on his future, not on these people. So if I were in his situation, I would try to find something that would allow me to stay out of the grip of these people.
They just don't. They just have no. Do they just not have a life of their own? Do they just not?
They have a life of their own, but they harass this guy on the side. That's just what it is. So the thing is that it feels like they don't have a life of their own, because you feel like these people are just out there looking for you, or they're just waiting for you. But the reality is that these people are living their normal lives. However, if they see you, they're gonna recognize you, and they're gonna be doing the little harassment while you're there. That's it though. But their lives are super normal.
Like, what are you even doing? You have to destroy someone else, try and destroy someone else's hopes and dreams, try and destroy someone else's goals.
That's how these people are.
And like, I don't know, but yeah, that's the gang stalking story for today. They tried to make me feel bad to go to an interview.
Notice that he's thinking
It's like-
they, and a lot of they.
There was also another time I went to an appointment, right? I went somewhere, I'm not going to say where, I went somewhere quite important. Like, let's say, for example, you go to get your teeth done, and you're being gang stalked. They will try and do everything in their power for you not to get that done. It's like they want you to stay stuck. They don't want you
That's
to
exactly right.
go to a new place. They don't want you to get a new job. They don't want you to
To meet new people.
get your teeth done. That's an example, but you know, it's just, I don't know, that's what it kind of seems like. But yeah, that's just a little story for today. I say I'm still learning about gang stalking. I'm still, they're still studying me. I'm still dissecting them, trying to analyze them and the situation, and stay as clear-headed as possible. But yeah, do let me know in the comments, like some little stories, like what they, especially like conversations that they have on commutes, extremely loud ones that are about you. Let me know, because it's always the same thing.
It's so smart that he's doing this YouTube channel.
But yeah,
It's super smart.
subscribe, don't subscribe, nothing in this world matters.
That's crazy. Okay, what's the next one?
Imagine
I'm a little
being able
hooked.
to build.
I'm actually kind of hooked. Okay, so what else? What else? Let's see.
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the truth.
I'm hooked on his videos. Let's see what's one. He has so many. Okay, so this is protect your energy.
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the truth. In this video, we're going to chat about protecting your energy. So, I think there's a quote, something like, where your attention goes, energy flows.
Mm-hmm.
And it's true, like your attention it's almost like a currency or something. Like the more energy, the more you notice something, the more energy you put into something,
Yeah.
the more it seems, the more effort you put into something, the more it drains you. Like I've had to make some huge changes in my life just to even be a functional human being. Like I had to got to the stage where I couldn't even bother to keep blocking people, so I just changed my number. Like I left WhatsApp groups and everything, and I just changed my number. And I only
You have
did
to
that
keep
with
blocking people
that
because they're gonna find out your new
would
number,
want.
and they're gonna keep harassing you to that number. So look, the worst thing that I did was to delete the profiles where I had all of these people blocked, because like I went through this same thing that he's going through. I literally did. So this is the thing. You have to keep you have to keep the people that are confirmed gang stalkers as you have to keep them blocked. The moment that you change numbers and then you start talking to the people again, they're gonna keep harassing you. So you have to actively block these people and keep them blocked. And on any type of social media, like on my Facebook, I literally have about 500 people blocked, like 500. And like on all of the on dating apps, now I actually have dating apps, and I didn't used to. But guess what? I blocked everyone that is acting in a gang stalking ish manner. Like anyone that leaves me hanging, anyone that gives me any type of disrespect, I immediately block them. That's the way to do it. But don't ever like unblock all these people. Like people that you block for a reason. And this is the thing, is that it's gonna be an unbelievable amount of people. Like it's gonna be a crazy amount of people, because gang stalkers are so freaking many. But and that's the thing, is that you're not even gonna believe that you are right because of the sheer amount of people that you're blocking. But the thing is that you're going to be right 99% of the time that you're blocking people. So trust your gut, trust your instinct, and if anyone disrespects you in any way, shape, or form, just block them and keep them blocked. That's the hardest thing, is to actually believe that you actually have to block such an incredible huge number of people, but you're gonna have to block a lot of people, and trust your instinct. When you have to block these people, just keep them blocked. And if you change numbers, you're gonna have to start socializing again. And guess what? You're gonna have to keep talking to these people, and these people are gonna keep respecting you. So the best thing is that whenever someone doesn't respect you in any way, shape, or form, or behaves weird, just block them and keep them blocked.
Using me or didn't want something from me. I just feel like a lot of people just view others for what they can gain from them.
Yeah,
Even people so-called friends.
absolutely. I'm gonna get some water. Hang on. Okay, so here we go.
Like eventually you're just gonna burn out, you're just gonna be tired. Like for so long I was always trying to be the nice guy, trying to be everyone's friend. You know,
That's one thing that I know that gang stalkers target is people that try to be everyone's friend. That's gonna destroy you if you're being targeted. You have to be okay with telling people to not speak to you again. That is the one thing that that once you learn, most of the gang stalking falls off. It's gonna fall off like meat off of a well cooked rib. Most of the gang stalking actually is gonna disappear if you tell enough people to not speak to you again. Like anyone that is behaving in a gang stalking manner, just tell them to stay away from you. And once you do it, most of the gang stalking is literally it's gonna fall up apart on its own, which is the craziest thing. Like the block button is gonna be your best friend, and you're gonna have to block a whole lot of people. But that's okay. Be okay with blocking people. It's good. It's a good thing to stay away from the people that are bad. The thing is that if you're targeted, you have to understand that there's going to be a lot of people that are not good for you. There's a lot of people that are going to have ill intentions towards you, and once you give yourself permission to stay away from those people, and you tell them, you know what, don't speak to me, and you have to respect yourself enough to not allow anyone that respects you into your life. That is the best thing you can do for yourself.
If someone invited me somewhere, I'd go there. If someone invited me to a party, I'd go. Even if I wasn't too fast or anything. You know, if someone wanted something, then I'd sort them out if I could or whatever. And just ended up getting used, ended up getting burned, ended up feeling terrible about myself. I never come away from
Why?
those guys. Ended up getting used, ended up getting burned, ended up feeling terrible
Yeah.
about myself.
So notice that he's talking about getting used and feeling terrible about himself. That is because that's how these people operate. So the world is filled with gang stalkers. In my heart, I know that gang stalkers and narcissists are the same thing, because they go towards someone, they pretend to be your friend, but they're effing you in ways that seem inconceivable to you because you're not like that. So one thing that I noticed, like in my case, I allowed people to get close to me, and they got close to me, and then I always lost everything every single time after I allowed someone to get too close to me. And these people were effing me in ways that I didn't even realize that I was being effed in. So they burn you out, and they make you feel terrible about yourself. That is what these people do. So anything that makes you feel terrible, anyone or anything that is pushing any type of activity, any type of thought that is making you feel terrible about yourself, that is what you have. Those are the type of people that you need to stay away from. You take the results of the actions of other people. You take the results of the actions of other people as a sign of what those people are trying to do to you. So if you are hanging out with someone and you're beginning to use drugs, and you're beginning to destroy your body, and you're beginning to feel tired about yourself, and you feel like you're a less of a human being, when that happens, that means that person is bad for you. So you stay away from that person. Stay close to someone that cares for you, like a really good friend or like a parent, and introduce these people to your parents, and ask your parents for feedback, because your parents probably have a lot of experience with these types of people, and you are their baby, and they're gonna see before you see it, because they're gonna see the actions and the mannerisms of the person. They're gonna have a better judgment than you. So when you do that, listen to your parents. And even if you don't see it, just listen to your parents. Trust me, I made the mistake of not listening to friends and not listening to my mom, that I knew had my best interest in mind. And my mom told me that person is not good for you, and I never listened to her. And I didn't listen to her, and I made the worst mistakes of my life because I didn't listen to my mom.
I never come away from those kind of things feeling rewarded, feeling like any kind of good about myself, you know? I just felt used or whatever. Like even today,
If he feels used, it's probably because someone was probably
there was
using.
I was on the commute, right? Just sitting down on my phone, and a gang stalker came, sat on opposite. He was wearing shorts, he was wearing the same sunglasses I was wearing yesterday. You know, he had like a wicker basket. You know how ridiculous gang stalkers are. He had a wicker basket. So he just wanted my attention. You know, he was doing all these signs, all the erratic movements and the legs and the touching his thigh and doing all this stuff with his phone and stuff.
Oh my god! Total gang stalker, total gang stalker. So when that happens, when someone is doing those erratic movements, I start engaging my imagination, and that keeps me away from the gang stalking. Like I start imagining things. With me, like this is gonna sound weird, but like when I'm faced with a gang stalker, what I do is that, like, if I move my eyes, like if my eyes are here, right, and if I move my eyes like this, I imagine my eyes moving like that, and I just fill my mind with images of my eyes during the movement. That way, it keeps my attention away from the gang stalkers, and it keeps my attention inside of my mind, inside of my body. I focus on how I'm feeling. I focus on my breath. But I mainly engage my imagination in something that has nothing to do with gang stalking. That for me works wonders.
And I was just like, I can't be bothered today. I can't be bothered.
Also, don't look at them. Like, look somewhere else, and don't look at gang stalkers. Like, you wanna not look at gang stalkers as much as possible. If they're doing the weird movements and you don't know the person, then just look away. So one thing that happens with gang stalking is that the erratic movements, when that happens, that does something to your mind where your mind is kind of programmed to start noticing the erratic movements. So you start seeing everyone do erratic movements. It's the craziest thing, but it actually makes you see everyone doing the hand signals. It is the craziest thing, because you start seeing people that are not doing it as if they were doing it. Like, it is a psychological programming. It programs your eyes to see it.
Bothered to look up. I can't even be bothered to record you. I can't bother to
Like,
look up
read
on
a
my
book or
phone.
something.
I can't bother to be noticed. It's just, I feel like at a certain point, especially if you're an empath, or you know, you feel drained around certain people, you have to protect your energy.
Gang stalking drains you.
Some of these people are literal vampires. They're
Yeah.
emotional vampires.
It's because you're paying attention to them.
They get stuff out of you, and what do you like narcissists, right? Like narcissists, they constantly taking, draining you. And what do you get? What do you get out of it? That's like an extreme example, but it goes for everyday life. Like, people just, like, even NPCs, they want something from you. Or they manipulate. They don't even know they're trying to manipulate you, but they do it anyway.
They try to get something from you.
You have to protect your energy at all costs. We'll be blocking people, changing your number, deleting social media. You should have done that already. And your attention. Like, I don't understand why people still watch the news. Why? Like, especially in this day and age, it seems like your energy, your attention is like a more modern day currency, right?
Exactly.
Like, if they can capture you
But everyone is trying to get your
Capture
attention.
attention
Ads
for
are trying to get your attention.
a few moments. But yeah, some people aren't even worth a response. They're not even worth a response. They're not even worth blocking. Just change your number and be done. And never hear from them again. Honestly, my life is so much more peaceful since that.
Yeah, and the thing is that your life is not going to be peaceful unless you block all these people that are not allowing you to live a peaceful life. That's exactly how gang stalking is destroyed. You block all the people that are not allowing you to have a peaceful life. Once that happens, your life is going to be peaceful again. It is that simple, and I had no idea. It took me freaking 7 years to understand that.
And the gang stalker on the commute, gang stalker opposite me, I couldn't be bothered to look up because I couldn't be bothered to spend the next 30 minutes.
So even when you're not looking, if you're thinking about it, you're still getting gang stalked. So you want to make sure to keep your mind busy. Like, use your imagination to think of other things. Your imagination is what is going to keep your gang stalking experience worse. You want to keep it busy with things that make you happy.
Playing a stupid game. Like, some people are they're a literal waste of oxygen. And they're just there to drain you. And because all the while you're being drained, they're getting off on it in some kind of way. I don't know how. I don't.
They look at you
understand it. I don't really
distraught and
care.
destroyed.
They are getting off on it.
That's what they get off of. By seeing you
Because
destroyed.
you're a human being, because you actually have empathy.
And it's not
trained.
even about having empathy. It's about not having enough self-respect to tell people to not speak to you. But I feel that that's one thing too, because I don't think I would be able to like to manipulate people. Like that's just not who I am. Like I wouldn't. I really wouldn't.
If you're not too careful, you're just gonna burn out.
And that's who you burn out if you just allow it to.
So be select with the people that you hang around with. Be select
Incredibly.
with the people that you share information with. Be select. You know, I wouldn't share your plans or your goals with anyone anyway.
Yeah, for real.
Be select about the places you go to. You know, if someone invites you to a party, maybe say no. If you think
100%.
it's not gonna, if you think it's not gonna serve you.
Exactly.
Like if I know a bunch of people somewhere that are gonna drain me, I'm not gonna be at that location. I'm not gonna be anywhere near that location.
For real.
Some people are just toxic, and we all know this. And they're not gonna change.
And as soon as you notice that they're toxic, you steer away from them.
So do what's best for you. You need to protect your mental health, your energy. Don't let these idiots, these clowns, like, and these whoever it is, like bullies, narcissists, because they wanna drain you. You know, that's what, you know, they see you as like a little pick me up.
For real.
You know, they can put you down while they're being picked up. However, their twisted fantasy works out.
They make themselves feel better by destroying others.
But yeah. Subscribe. Don't subscribe. Nothing here matters.
Don't say that. That's awful. Everything matters. Everything good matters. This is his channel, by the way. So guys, subscribe if you guys want to check him out. So Unneeded Palette Cleanser. Not that like his let me put a comment. And let's see. So what else? So which one haven't we seen from him? Interview story, love, gang stalking. So I need a palette cleanser. Let's see. And then we're gonna continue. Let's do a little palette cleanser before we check him out. Before we continue. What is this? What is Pikmin? Explain making for games. Let's see. Mike Johnson, Bigs from Trump. Like something short and sweet. They're probably using old tech videos. I don't want a 40-minute video. Want to watch something real quick
Watch me make a pitch deck in less than...
while we cleanse our palette.
about the number of people who are illegally streaming sports in the UK. It's apparently like gone through the roof, and it's been described as industrial scale theft, according to one industry report. In fact, I wanted to show you a clip from a football match in the UK.
Okay.
They're chanting about Amazon
palate is
Fire Sticks,
cleansed.
which have now become the primary method of pirating sports in the UK, to the point where fans are openly chanting about how much they love to illegally stream matches at football matches. It's not just sports though, because over 3/4 of Gen Z has admitted to pirating in movies and TV shows. And even in older generations, the rates of piracy are still incredibly high. It's a global thing. And it's one that's had like an unexpected resurgence in recent years, because prior to the pandemic, the number of people who were choosing to pirate content was steadily decreasing. But you can see there's been this quite significant uptick since then. This change is somewhat surprising, given that there's been a decades-long effort to eradicate piracy. And it was one that looked like at some point it would begin to actually bear fruit. Thousands of websites have been shut down, providers have been arrested, and yet the growth still seems to continue. It's not just even sports and media though. The scientific research community
One thing is that, you know, like I tried logging onto the Pirate Bay and like downloading stuff, but now my ISP is not even letting me check out those websites. Like my ISP is literally blocking all of that. Like I actually have to use a VPN to access pirated content.
is like overwhelmingly in favor of pirating papers and research.
You have to use a
What might be
VPN.
even more surprising is that people are not just pirating to get content for free, but people are even willing to pay for pirated services in 2025. Just recently, Italian authorities shut down a $3 billion a year pirate TV ring that had 22 million subscribers. That's
Oh,
more than
wow.
some legitimate subscription services have. Today,
That's
in
crazy.
the UK, the head of anti-piracy enforcement has openly admitted that you can pirate content and you'll literally be fine. And I think
Okay, so this is actually interesting. So we're gonna finish 12 minutes. Okay, let's watch
there's
this.
a few different stories at play when we try to understand why piracy is having this resurgence. And it depends on which industry you look at.
It's just
but they
getting
are
so
all linked.
expensive.
And I think the best example
It's getting super
to start off
expensive to
with
like
has be
pirate.
like
I mean,
online
to
streaming,
pay
because
for everything.
That's really where piracy was pioneered. And in fact, if we go back to like the early 2000s, which is when my personal journey with piracy
Like,
began,
years ago?
the one thing I do recall about the experience of trying to
Years ago, I had all kinds of crazy software on this computer.
watch movies for free and trying to get free songs back then is that it was like a massive pain in the ass, and you had to like fight, you know, pop-ups every 2 seconds and not knowing which play button was the real play button and which play button would download some crazy virus onto your computer. It was really difficult. And when legal alternatives like Netflix and Spotify actually came onto the scene, they were pretty game-changing, right? It wasn't just that they were legal alternatives, they were actually good, they were actually useful.
Yeah.
Back then, the options that you had were cable TV subscriptions, things like Sky in the UK, which would set you back like hundreds of dollars if you wanted to watch
For real.
literally anything. And so getting an alternative that was useful, cheaper, and had a bunch of content on was honestly revolutionary. The trade-off of like potentially destroying the family computer just to download the new Akon tune was no longer worth it when an alternative like Spotify came on the scene. People loved it, but as you know, as the way things go, we can't really have shit these days. And so the steady march towards enshittification began. If we take a look at this graph, we notice that the spike,
People are gonna
the major
start, like-
spike happened after the pandemic.
Everyone is gonna start pirating things again. I feel, because like it just like the new season of South Park isn't even released yet because of freaking negotiating. Paramount and Comedy Central or whatever. Like people are still like they're still negotiating the payment or something about that season, about the South Park thing. So it's so people are going to resort back to pirating.
For media streaming at least. It was actually exactly around this time that Disney, HBO, all the big players in media realized that the online streaming thing was actually pretty popular. That people enjoyed Netflix because it was a pretty useful service and that it had a lot going for it. And so they all decided to launch their own competitors. But unfortunately for the consumer, the approach that these companies took, these rival streamers took, wasn't the approach that Netflix originally took. It was to compete on something else, not to compete on usability or convenience. They decided to compete on intellectual property. Instead of making you a better offer than the competition, they basically decided to make you an offer you can't refuse, by which I mean that you had to go to them.
Look, you're not actually going to get anything.
Okay, so we're gonna watch one more of the other one. One more of the truth. What was this video? My pellet has been cleansed.
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back.
And which one is gangstalkers are freaks? Gangstalkers love gangstalking. Evil adult children. Pretended to be an ex-smoker. Now gangstalkers blow smoke at me. What should I do with all my gang stalking footage? Emotions are used against you in gang stalking. The eyes never lie. See the truth for yourself. Let's check this one out.
Your gut feeling is actually right about people.
Yeah.
Look into someone's eyes. The eyes really do never lie. If you ever have any doubt about someone and you have your alarm bells are ringing, you know, your spider sense or
Yeah.
whatever is tingling, look into their eyes. Like, I made this mistake of never doing it, of always being so scared, so intimidated, trying to be everyone's friend, or just going with the flow.
Same.
And I got completely, utterly destroyed by these people. Completely, totally. This is before I even knew what gang stalking was, before any film, any of that. Seriously. And if you are a targeted individual, from time to time, I'm not saying to do this all the time, but once in a while, just really look. Turn and really look and just observe some of these gang stalkers. Look into their dead eyes. Because what you're going to see is just going to, within 2 seconds, you're going to have a clear picture of the kind of people that you are dealing with.
Yeah.
These people are psychopaths. They really are. They are either a
Notice.
psychopath or a narcissist. Their eyes.
And notice how I don't know him, and we have already come to the same conclusion.
Tell a story, and that story is.
They're psychopaths.
nothingness.
Absolutely right.
I have dealt with a lot of evil people in my life, and I can honestly say that they all share the same, similar.
Like
I don't know how to
characteristics.
explain it. I don't know how to explain it. They all just have this certain
Like the
look in
sim-
the eyes about them, a certain lack of look in the eyes about them.
Like the same
There's
operating
like a
system.
quote or something about looking the eyes of a lie or something. There's like a quote or something from that movie. But yeah, and like seriously, don't pay gang stalkers any attention. But if you ever are curious, just to see the kind of low lives that are targeting you, or someone bullying or something, really just look into their eyes.
Yeah.
Really look at them. I've been doing that. I did that a couple of times, and they can't even look at me. These people that are out to, you know, intimidate, you know, the ones like, you know, they're out to intimidate me and stuff. They can't even look me back in the eyes. Like seriously, they struggle because they know what they're doing is wrong. So yeah, I'm not saying to put yourself in danger or anything like that. But if you ever are like just doubting yourself or anything, just trust your instincts never lie.
That's true.
Look them dead in the eyes, in their dead eyes.
The hard thing is knowing what
and
to
you'll see
do
the
without
truth.
emotion.
Anyway, that's-
The hardest thing is to know what to do with that emotion, because once you feel the emotion, it is really hard to actually know like what should I do now. But if you feel like if you're hanging out with someone and then you just know that that person is no good for you, like the best thing to do is simply just be like, okay, I'm feeling this emotion, I need to get out of here. Like if you're ever feeling that emotion, don't take any important decisions, don't send anything, don't exchange any money. If it's your house, tell that person you need to leave. If you're in someone else's house, tell them I need to go, and do not give any explanation. You just get the hell out of there as fast as possible. Like that's exactly what you have to do.
Your gut feeling is.
And let's see. Let's check out this one.
Alright, I am sorry to say, but emotions really are your weakness when it comes to your gang stalking.
Uh-huh.
So gang stalkers prey on keeping you confused, scared, angry, paranoid, and shameful.
Yeah,
They're trying to make you all these things that you're not.
exactly.
I-
So notice that, like, this guy and I have gotten to the same conclusions. Like, notice that. It's insane.
because they're just constantly prodding you, attacking you from so many various ways.
Yeah.
They want to keep you in a state of a negative emotion.
Yeah, so you just block them.
So
So they can't.
if you're not able to get your emotions under control,
And the thing is that it's not even about controlling your own emotion. It's about controlling your environment and controlling the people that you allow to get close to you. So if anyone is behaving that you feel that the sensation that it's a psychopath, you have to be like, okay, that person is a psycho, so I need to get out of here. I need to get them out of my life, block them, and tell them to not speak to me again. That is the single best and most best power move that you can do if you're a target individual, is to tell a gang stalker, don't speak to me ever again. That's gonna save you from most of it.
identify what they're trying to do. It's so much easier to, which I'm going to start doing as well, is identifying what exactly is the main emotion they're trying to elicit from.
Any negative emotion and they're just simply harassing you in any way, shape, or form. They try to make you crazy. Like they're not looking for a specific emotion. They just want to harm you. They are gonna try to mess up with you in any way that they can get away with.
On this attack, when they do something, when they say something about you, when they try and intimidate you, what are they trying to? What exactly is the emotion they want to cause in you?
Any negative emotion. Anything that will make you feel bad about yourself. They're feeding you a narrative that you're nothing.
And just like name it. Okay, this person's trying to intimidate you. They're trying to cause fear. This person
And everyone is gonna be trying to do different things too.
is trying to confuse me. This person's trying to make me feel shame over nothing.
But it's gonna get worse if you keep focused on what they're trying to do. It's gonna make it worse. What you have to do is, if anyone is trying to make you feel shame, block them. If anyone is trying to make you feel confused, block them. Tell them to not speak to you again. That's the best. That's the only way that you're gonna get out of the gang stalking situation, is by getting rid of the people that are gang stalking you.
Because at the end of the day, I really am starting to notice that it's much easier to just, well, it's not easy, but emotions seem to be the biggest tipping point, where, like, just the fact that they do sleep deprivation, the fact that there's someone there at like 2 or 3 a.m. just waking you up, doing their curb crawling outside, slamming the door outside at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Because they want you to not be your most relaxed, most clear-headed self.
Yeah, because the more messed up you are in the head, the more tired, the more not relaxed. That's actually gonna make you more susceptible to indoctrination, and it makes it easy for them to create a stressful environment.
Because it is literally a psychological game. Like, they thrive on your negative emotions. And when you start to, when I, for example, have started to feel confused, or when I was first originally confused, paranoid, and then when I realised what was going on, I was scared. I started to read the things online, I was scared. Because there's a lot of lies out there as well.
Yeah.
About gang stalking. It's all just smoke and mirrors though, because I'm going to actually pull the rug out from under that, because most of it's just BS anyway. Fear, trying to get you to feel shame for things that have nothing to do with you, but they'll throw that narrative on you.
Yeah. It's like on the live streams.
You need to keep them in check. This is why, like,
It's like on the live stream, I was called a degenerate, and I was called a meth addict. I was told that I have AIDS. I was called what else was I called? An insufferable bottom. I was called a bunch of things. So simply just block those people.
can't stress keeping a close a mind.
And once enough of them are blocked, they're not gonna be able to do anything to you because they don't have access to you. You have to limit their access to you.
You feel, and identifying what specifically, like, because it's easy for me to say this in a video, where
It's
it's hard to
harassment.
apply in everyday life when, you know, when I go out, when I go on my commute, when I'm going long day at work or buying food, and I'm literally being gang stalked 24/7. It's hard to put in practice. So really, just I'll start doing it more. Is my identifying what is the emotion, the specific emotion they want to elicit in this attack, specifically on a moment-to-moment basis for each gang stalker.
It's just harassment. It's just harassment. Everyone is trying to harass you in one way or another, and they want it to show. They want it to show on your physicality.
Each situation. So let's say you go out, you go to work, you drive to work, you go on your commute. Let's say you're attacked, like, say, a dozen times in one day. For each of those one attacks, you will subscribe one emotion to each. Like here, fear, here, shame, here, paranoia, here, anger, whatever. By identifying them, you're more able to detach from a reaction, which is what they want. You're more able to conserve your energy, conserve your mental health, conserve your peace of mind.
Yeah, but if you're focusing on what emotion they're trying to elicit, you're not keeping your. Well, I guess kind of. I guess it would. Like, actually, now that I think about it, because you're focusing on what they're doing, but the thing is that is still distracting you from living your best life. Like, if you're getting targeted, you don't want to have your focus on gang stalking. You want to have your focus on improving your life. The moment that you're solely focused on what they're trying to make you to do, you're digging yourself deeper in the hole. Like if you're trying to get a job and you're trying to work, like you want, go back and go to school, do some online classes, and keep the material that you're studying present in your head. You want to be focusing on something that is going to help you evolve, because if you constantly focus on everything that has to do with gang stalking, you are gonna fall victim harder. You're gonna feel stuck.
Because the minute you start emotionally spiraling is the minute they're going to, you know, these people are predators. Let's just call it what it is. They are predators.
They are predators,
They're
yeah.
sick individuals.
Yeah, I agree.
And they will see that weakness, that vulnerability, and then they'll go for it again, same one. So if you react to something emotionally, they're going to go after it again and again and again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm taking this on board for myself as well. Like, this is just a message to myself, and then hopefully in 10, 20 years someone sees this and a targeted individual, and it's, you know, hopefully you gain
He's
some
smart.
lessons, because I had to learn the hard way. Not that I reacted or anything, but just mentally more. Anyway, peace.
Okay, let's see this one.
Okay, I just thought I'd share with you a little gang stalking story from Thursday. So I was going home, and a lot of the TfL tube drivers are gang stalkers. And so I was going home, and then the tube I was on was it got stopped, and then the driver gets on the mic, and he's like, blah blah blah, there's like smoke on the track or something. It's being diverted. So I'm like, okay, cool, like, you know, this happens, blah blah blah. So I had to like change tubes, get off, wait, and then change for another tube.
What is he talking
All
about?
the while I was being gang stalked as well by these other people on the tube. So anyway, I changed tubes.
What is it? What do you mean
and I
change
get
tubes?
on. I'm being gang stalked there as well. And then I'm like 3 stops away from my stop.
Oh, on the
where I
the
live.
tube,
And then
the public transportation.
I got just stops. And then I actually recorded this, so I get up my phone, I'm like, okay, let me just, because I know something's going on. So I press record right here, just with my phone pointed down. So I'm like, okay, let me listen to what the guy's saying.
So Trey's saying, can you do a day in a live vlog so you can show what they do while you're out and about, like at a grocery store? A live in a vlog so you can show what they do while you're out and about at a grocery store. I would need a, you know, Trey, that's not a bad idea. That's actually a really good idea, but I would need someone to help me with the videos. Like, I would really need someone to help me with the videos. But that's not a bad idea. That really isn't a bad idea. It's actually a really good idea. But the thing is that we're only going to be able to do that as we're able to, as the channel grows. Like, the channel needs to grow for us to be able to have some pay someone, you know, to record. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the only that's the only thing that we can do. Which can come later, like it will, but I would need someone to like be the cameraman.
And it's like, yeah. No, there's like.
So share the videos as much as you can, and write comments, because the more views that we get, the more we're actually going to be able to expand on the visual representations of gang stalking.
Smoke on the track, and you know when like on the mic when he does it on the tube so everyone can hear, and he's just like, this guy's just chatting rubbish, and he knows it, but he's just like, oh,
what kind of help would you need? I seen this channel called Real Gang Stalking. So the thing is that like we would need well, it would be like a movie. Like, let's say that like if I'm like, I would need to move the camera, like if someone is walking inside a store, and then I would need to do like, someone would be like acting it out, like with a camera, as if those were the eyes, and then there would have to be people acting it out like if they were the gang stalkers. Like it would have to be almost like a little movie that we would have to do, and I have no idea how to go about that. That's actually a really good idea. That's a really good idea. That's a really good idea. But you know, right now I'm here and instead of my house, you know, and I can only do so much. You know, the type of videos that I can make are only the type that he's making. That's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea at all.
I do, like, you know, smoke on track. So I'm like, okay, so I'm waiting there 15 minutes.
You just give me an idea for a video tomorrow, by the way.
Minutes pass by. 15 minutes. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then I hear this guy again go, oh, yeah, no, there's like a problem up ahead. There's going to be 45-minute wait. So on top of 15 minutes, a 45-minute wait for a tube in London. What? Like, these gang stalkers, they don't care about their jobs. They don't care. Like, they can do what they want. Like, the way he's talking, like, the way they can do whatever they want. They don't even care if they lose their jobs. I don't think he would ever lost his job anyway. But so I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. I'm on the end carriage anyway. The driver's thing is like, how am I going to put this? The driver's thing is like 4 meters that way. I'm on the end carriage, so all I have to do is step off and go around. So I'm like here, I'm like video recording, right? But my phone's pointing down. So it's like 15 minutes, and he gets on again, and he's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like 45-minute wait. So I'm like, okay, let me go see what's really going on, because I know he's a gang stalker. So I come around the corner, I go around the corner like this, go around the corner like this. So he wasn't expecting to see me. He obviously he knew I was on the carriage. Like, I don't think he was expecting me to come off and then like turn. And he's literally, I cannot believe this guy. They're so cocky. They're so cocky.
Oh crap! I just seen you drop the video. I'm gonna watch it after you're done. Oh, thank you. Cool.
It was literally like this. The driver's door open like this. Like this is how he is. Like, oh, on the phone. Oh, nothing I can do with it. like this. The phone, he's on the phone here like this, like this, and then he sees me come around like this, like with my phone. So I'm coming around the corner like this. Wait, can you see? So I'm coming. I was here on the tube, and then I come around, and I come around the corner like this. So he's seeing me like this, and I'm like, "Is everything okay?" Like, what did I say? What did I say? I said, and I recorded all of this on my phone, which I'll publish one day before.
Show me.
Before I dox myself. So I said, oh, so I come on the corner like this, and I say like in most like polite voice, like, oh, oh, like you know, like what's going on? And then he changes instantly. He just flicked and switched. He wasn't expecting to see me because he's just like this, like looking really pleased with himself. Like, oh yeah, he's gonna wait an hour to go home. He's like this, like just chilling, and he's like, oh yeah, we're leaving right now. I'm like, oh really? Are you sure? And he's like, yeah, no, we're leaving right now. And the guy holding his phone like this, he's like, yeah, no, we're leaving right now. We're leaving right. I'm like, are you sure? And then he's like, yeah, we're leaving right now. This guy, he. Not only did I get this on video, but he then presses the door button to close the doors. Bear in mind, I've just gotten out the door to go talk to him on the driver's side. He's just like, yeah, we're leaving. So he just switched completely. Went from being 45-minute wait to being, we're leaving right now. He's like, yeah, we're leaving right now, I'm about to make the phone call. Presses the closed door button. So I'm like, oh, I better get on that, better get on. So I have to like hop back on. As he's closing the doors. And then the tube goes. But yeah, like, I don't think he was expecting me to come out. Or I don't know if he saw like my phone camera here. Because I kind of like walked up to him as well. In like a polite way. But yeah, like, they just don't care. Like, they don't care about their jobs. They do whatever they want. Especially TfL, like, Transport for London, the amount of gang stalkers there are just... They are so, you know, because they know, like, they can just beat me.
Notice that is a reoccurring thing, that there's a lot of gang stalkers everywhere, and that's the thing, is that gang stalkers is such a huge group that they're everywhere, and that's the one thing that's why they're so successful at destroying people, that there are so many of them.
Wait, late for work, or just
hey Nicola, good to see you.
Friday or Thursday, they do. They can just like stop the tube and be like, ah, like him, like, oh, 45-minute wait, like, and then all of a sudden I ask him what's going on. He's like, oh, we're leaving. As soon as I point the camera at him, you know. This is
because he can report it.
This is literally daily life, like daily. But yeah, and these people, they all have the same kind of...
OS, operating system.
I don't know how to describe it. They all have the same kind of...
personality. Vibe.
Like mentality. You can kind of tell when you talk to them.
Yeah.
Like, they know... Like, they're all a little bit off, if that makes sense.
So it's a good video they found to have nothing to do. That's funny, yeah.
They're all a little bit off, and they're all a little bit, just a little bit strange. I don't know if it's me, like, being very, being observant.
They're psychopaths.
But,
psychopaths are strange,
yeah,
and you see it.
But someone was saying, like, how can you tell someone's a gang stalker? Like, blah, blah, blah. When you talk to them, when you actually chat to them, because they don't chat to you, they never chat to you, when you actually talk to them, they kind of like just reveal themselves. They're all a bit creepy or a little bit like off. It's something. It's so hard to describe and pinpoint, but you
can feel it
you
a lot of
picking
times.
up on it, the more that they force themselves into your life. But anyway, yeah, that's the story from like Thursday. But that's like my life now. Just a bunch of people just messing with me, trying to make me late for work, trying to make me late for home in any way possible.
So that event is a catalyst for something that is gonna that for his mentality. So they're gonna keep probably harassing with him so long and actually try to make him late, so that next time that he's late for a whatever reason, like if the tube is actually just like late because there's some type of malfunction, his first assumption is gonna be that it was gang stalkers. You know, so that is how gang stalking works, is that it causes you PTSD. So a lot of people are gonna mess with you in so many ways, such as making you late through the tube, so that next time you actually are late for something unrelated, you're gonna assume that it has to do with gang stalking.
And they all sit around smirking. Like, they were literally sitting around smirking, and I was there
And the smirk is purposeful.
standing up on the tube, like, holding the thing, like, and then everyone was sitting down, just like smirking. Oh, another 45 minutes.
The smirking is to make you know that it was gang stalking related. So that's how they make you believe that things are gang stalking related. So what that's gonna do is that next time that the tube is late, all that he has to see is a gang stalker smirking for him to make the assumption that the delay was purposeful. So the smirk is what makes you interpret everything around you as gang stalking related. How can you demand someone reading your thoughts and sharing with all is that not illegal damage and streets you create to a person? Huh?
So I went, oh, yeah, there you have.
So next time the tube is late, the only thing that gang stalkers are gonna have to do is just to smile for him to make the assumption that the delay was purposeful. That's the trick, is that they do a lot of mean things to you and they make a smile, a smirk, so that you know that all the thing wasn't, so that everything that negative that is happening to you is intentional. So next time when they see something wrong going in your life, they're gonna do the smirk and you will automatically assume that it had to do with them.
Right, but
That's a trick.
That's what my life is now, you know? Just a bunch of psychos trying to get a jab at me, trying to destroy my life in every little way they can. But yeah, anyway, peace.
That's insane. Gang stalker want you to believe this.
So one of the first tricks that gang stalkers impose on you is this idea that you did something wrong.
Yep.
That you did something to deserve this. And I see a lot of comments
Ooh.
on people's channels talking about how they might have did something, or they pissed someone off or something to that effect. And in those kind of rare circumstances, maybe someone did do something locally, but in 99.9% of the chances, it's not something you did. You didn't do anything wrong. It's literally part of the program that they want you to think. They want you to think, oh, what did I do? Did I do something wrong? Is it
He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right.
me? The more you try and go inward, the more you try and look back and try and work out what you supposedly did, it's all part of that game. Because in gang stalking, everything is reversed. So they want you to think that you are the root cause of the issue, which is obviously just another lie, it's another trick.
Mm.
But it's one of the very, very first things I remember feeling was this idea of, did I do something wrong? What did I do? What did I say to someone? Like what?
Trey P is asking, have you been to any protests relating to gang stalking? It's not talked about there. No, I haven't been to any protests. I haven't even heard about any, but you can't really do anything in gang stalking because there's so many people. There's so many people involved and there's so many. You really can't do anything. I really don't think there's anything that can be done legally. Because it is everyone does a little part every day. But the thing is that to get out of gang stalking, you simply have to stay away from these people. You have to block them in any single way, shape, and form. It is really that simple, but you have to recognize it. That's the hard thing. Is that the thing is that there's typically not a lot of information. But getting out of gang stalking is not that hard once you understand gang stalking. And most of the gang stalking you can do by blocking these people.
Blah blah blah. What happened? And the more you go back and
by
try
telling the
analyze it,
participants to
the
not
more
speak to you.
cross things off, you realize you didn't do anything wrong. These people are just psychos, and it's what's even stranger is this is like classic covert narcissist tactics.
Yeah.
It's what they do to they gaslight you into what they're doing to you, and then
Like feeling like there's something wrong with you.
you think that you are somehow the problem, but it's all reversed. That's one of the main things you'll feel. You'll think like, oh my god, what did I do? What did I do? And you'll be racking your mind, and you won't be able to make sense of it.
Yeah.
And that will contribute to self-destructive behaviors, to self-destructive ideas, because that's what they want. It's like a hamster wheel going down the hill for you. They want you going downhill on the hamster wheel, just endlessly chasing these ridiculous ideas, making you think you are.
Okay, so I'm gonna. I'll be right back. I'm gonna have some cottage cheese with food. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Hang on. I'll be right back.
that you were talking shit and you didn't think that I would hear it. People hear you talking like that, getting everybody fired up. So I'm ready to attack, gonna lead the pack, gonna get a touchdown, gonna take you out. That's right, put your pom-poms down, getting everybody fired up. Few times I've been around that track, so it's not just gonna happen like that. Cause there ain't no holler back, girl, ain't no holler back, girl. Few times I've been around that track, so it's not just gonna happen like that. Cause there ain't no holler back, girl, 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 ain't no holler back, girl.
Sorry. So what is the chat saying? Yeah, I've been ignoring it, but sometimes comes back in huge waves, and they try to get the best of me by making me furious. Yeah, it's like, how do they make you furious? Elaborate a little bit. That would be interesting to see.
The problem. You know, you are not the one going to people's houses at 3, 4 a.m. and doing noise campaigns outside. You are not the one following people around grocery stores, you know, filming them, or, you know, getting uncomfortably close to them and shouting about them indirectly on your commute. You know, these people are literal psychos trying to make it out that you are the problem. But they're so manipulative, and it's their hobby, it's a game to them. It's so well designed, so well tailored to you, that you, when they first start doing it to you, you might even think that it's something you did. So you'll be going for back every, you know, and to be honest with you, they don't do this stuff to, like, bad people. Like, do you see them doing this stuff to criminals? Do you see them doing this stuff to...
He has a great point. Typically, the people that are participating in gang stalking, they're jerks. Like, but you know, the thing is that people, honestly, they appear to you as evil people because they're doing evil things to you. But these people are normal for the most part. So Trey says, because they used to send people by me, like thugs stuff, and they will try to intimidate. Yeah, so that's what they do. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, so they intimidate, and they harass you. It's harassment. It's harassment in all the ways, in all the shapes, ways, and forms that you can possibly imagine.
You know, let's be like, I'm thinking like one bad person in my life. Do you see them doing that to them? No. They always just pick like the most perceived vulnerable person, or the most like naive person, or the most whatever person to play their games on, because they're gonna run circles around that person. It's why they've been getting away with it for so long. And I remember seeing like a few comments, like one or two, not too many, that was like, "Oh, it was something you did." And I'm like, no.
Yeah, and it's not something that you did.
What they want you to think.
Exactly.
The gaslighting is crazy. And
it's all gaslighting.
Especially of like what's real and what's not.
It's insane.
In the targeted individual community, in the gang stalking community, it's just, it's one of their greatest tactics. It's just this, is that they impose on you this,
you know what you did,
false idea of you. Like trying to make you out to be something that you're not. Or whatever it is in their twisted little minds they've got going on and running on. But only you know yourself, you know reality, you know who you are. They don't, and they don't care, trust me. If it was something you did,
you would know.
Do not think one person would come out and speak to you and be like, hey, blah, 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 do it.
Exactly right.
No. Do you see anyone doing that? No. If it was something you did...
At least one person will tell you.
Would you think that one of them would at least want to talk to you? Say like, you know what? Let's see what this guy's about. Let's see what this woman's about. But do you see any of them actually talking to you? No, they just talk over you. They just talk about you. They just look at you. They just stare at you. Do you see them? Do any of them ever actually talk to you as a human being? No, they don't. They talk to you as if you're like this subhuman, as if you're like beneath them or something. Has any gang stalker ever spoken to you like a normal person? No. They don't want to know who you are. They don't care who you are. Whatever twisted ideas they got in their head about you, that's what they're running on. That's what they're telling everyone about. That's what they got my neighbours going crazy about. I have no idea. So the whole idea of you did something wrong, no, it was nothing you did. They just want you to think that. Okay, so let's just end.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you. Peace.
It's true. You're right.
Gang stalkers are freaks. When I say this, I mean they're the freakiest people I've ever encountered in my life. They are total, just unhinged in such a strange way that it's literally unbelievable. So if you've been watching some of my previous videos, you know that a lot of my barbers down here, my barbers here, are gang stalkers. Now, previously they weren't, but now they are. And so they're always messing with me, always talking shit about me, always just making me wait. They'll just say, oh, I need to get an energy drink. They'll go next door to get an energy drink, which is like 10 meters away. And then 15 minutes later, they'll come back. And I'm just sitting there in the seat. But anyway, so I started cutting my own hair. So if you notice, I'm wearing a cap, right? There's a reason for that. My hair was fine. I did it was fine, and then I did it again. But I think what ended up happening was like on the side of the back, I cut it a little bit too much. It wasn't. Keep in mind, it was only subtle. It wasn't that bad. And then, you know, they must have noticed or whatever. And then like 2 days later, I started seeing everyone wearing like bandages on their heads, people being shaved off going like monk mode, and then people, guys with like literal dents in their head, like holes in their head like this, on the back of their head, holes like this, holes like this. They are freaks. They are utter freaks. They don't even care about themselves.
Okay, so that's really hard to believe.
Letting me know that I'm being watched.
So that's really I do not believe that. I do not believe that. So when you're getting targeted, you start going into this narrative where you look for your mind looks for evidence. So honestly, I believe that the people that he saw with the head thing, I believe that he's seeing connections that are not there, and that's what gang stalking does to you, is that it makes you see connections that are not there. So for example, if he like, let's say like hurt his finger, he's gonna be looking around for people that also hurt his finger, and he might find one or two, and then he's gonna start making the assumption, oh my god, that person did it hurt, like is pretending to have their finger hurt on purpose. Like I believe things like that. Like gang stalking makes you see connections where there are none.
Me knowing that I'm being scrutinized, letting me know that I'm being mocked, that they don't even care about themselves. And another thing, they this is quite serious. They my mum, she was driving my car, and then they at like literally 5 a.m. to work one day on a Monday, and they tried to get hit by her. They just walked out in front of her as she was driving. She had to swerve out the way, and then another guy walked out in front of her as well, so she had to swerve out the way. I mean, my mum drives at like 20 miles per hour anyway, so. But yeah, they just don't care about themselves. They're so focused.
So notice that his mom had an accident, and he's already making the assumption that it had to do with gang stalking. So so what it is that gang stalkers want you to interpret any type of mishap as part of gang stalking. Gang stalking does that to you. So chances are that that was just some person just driving, but because he's getting gang stalked, he's interpreting that driving thing, that thing that happened when his mom was driving. He is interpreting it as something to do with gang stalking. However, I'm sure it wasn't, because gang stalkers are people like you and I, and they're not gonna risk having their insurance go up or messing up their car. Gang stalkers don't do that.
On the target, on destroy,
But they want you to believe that.
right, on watching the target. They're literally like predators. They're like this on the target. Any little thing, they can nitpick. Any little thing that they can twist against, any little thing that they can mock you with, they will. Any little thing that they can just, but at the cost of themselves. You know, my hair. You know, I don't know if you don't know, but the one time that I did get a little bit patchy, it was only a very, very small amount, and it was subtle. Meanwhile, there I had shaven dents in their heads, one of them was on the tube, like looking like the mummy, like full on bandages and stuff, just.
So he's seeing connections when there are none. Notice that he's seeing the connections when there are none now. It feels like that to him. It does, and I believe that he believes that that's the case. However, it's the effect of gang stalking.
Standing staring at me across. They are freaks. They are utter freaks, and that's what makes it so unbelievable. And if you're being gang stalked, you know what I'm talking about. They're such freaks that when you try and explain it and talk about it, you just sound like you're crazy. Because who in their right mind would shave dents in their skull, in their hair, to mock someone?
They didn't, but it feels like that to him because of gang stalking. Gang stalking makes you interpret your reality like that.
Who in their right mind would put bandages all around their head and follow someone to mock them? Who in their right mind would jump in front of the target's mum's car or my car to try and get hit by them twice in the same time? They are freaks. They don't care about themselves. That's what I say. It's more than a game to them. It's their fulfillment. It's their blood sport. They're like hounds. You know, they gotta get their hit. I think it's dopamine. I don't. In the comments, if you know what it is, if it's like oxytocin or dopamine, let me know. But yes, it's just crazy. It's just out of this world, some of the stuff. And like, you can't even talk about it. Like, some of the stuff I can't even say on here because it would just make me seem crazy. But it's true. It's true what these people do.
YouTube is like the best place to be for targets. It really is. It really, really is.
Anyway, let me know in the comments like some crazy stories about what they've done, because from the way I see it, they generally don't. They care more about attacking the target, about the target, what the target's doing, what their prey is doing, rather than their own lives. Like, who in their right mind is just. You know, they did this when I started being gang stalked. They just jumped in front of to get hit by my mum. My mum was going 20 miles per hour down the street, and they both tried to get hit by a car. These are the kind of people that we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. You know, all night, all day. Scary, freakish, unbelievably freakish. What is the solution? Because at the end of the day, normal people, NPCs, don't care about us. And I saw a comment saying there's no such thing as NPCs. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. An NPC is someone that just is willfully ignorant, willfully looks the other way, while you're being, and like this goes for just normal things too, like injustices, just regular bullying.
It's because they're busy with their
NPCs,
lives.
they are sociopathic in some ways. The way they just seem to be okay with that. The way they know you've been wrong, but they're just okay with that. So
It's because what are they gonna do? Like, it's not that they're evil, but I mean, if a person knows that that a bunch of people are harassing you, they're not gonna do anything because they don't want to be next. It's not that they don't care. It's that they're probably too busy and they want their life to be going well, because they know that people are a-holes.
yes, there are people that are NPCs. Yes, there are people that are sheeps. Yes, there are people that just don't care that you're being gang stalked, or they just dismiss it. And yeah, a big part of that is because they're just, gang stalkers are complete freaks. It is what it is. Yeah, peace.
That's crazy. Okay, guys, so this is it for today's stream. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to put it in the comments, or to write it here in the chat. We're gonna finish. We're gonna watch all his videos. We're gonna continue this tomorrow. And I'm getting sleepy, so I'm gonna brush my teeth and go to bed. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are enjoying this content. If you guys have any questions or anything, just don't forget, don't hesitate to mention it. We're gonna start doing more long form videos starting today. We're gonna have at least one every day. I steered away because I was enjoying doing this streaming content. This content has been really fun. And we're gonna keep it. We're gonna have to spice it up. You know, the workouts literally leave me so drained that I feel like I have to almost lower the content of workout in the name of making more content, more long form content. But if you guys have any type of suggestions or any question, please let me know in the comments. Guys, have a beautiful and fantastic evening. And I hope you guys sleep well. Okay, bye. I love you.